NASA takes on asteroids in new plan. The chances of a space rock colliding with Earth in the near future may be slim, but here's some good news for anyone paranoid about an asteroid Armageddon. NASA's got a plan. Large asteroids can obliterate life on Earth, but smaller ones may also cause serious damage, like the rock that hit Tunguska, Russia in 1908, which leveled over 700 square miles of forest. The same blast today would have been able to destroy the entire metropolitan New York area. As a result, NASA has outlined a plan with 5 goals. The first involves enhancing detection of near-Earth objects, or asteroids, that pass within 28 million miles of Earth's orbit. The second goal is to improve modeling and prediction to help determine when and where a potential asteroid strike will occur. The third objective is to come up with new ways to deflect an asteroid, such as the double asteroid redirection test that's set to be launched in 2021. Goal 4 aims to increase international cooperation, while the fifth and final goal calls for the US to come up with an emergency plan should an asteroid ever crash with little to no warning. Granted, it may not be as exciting as Bruce Willis sacrificing his life for the future of the planet, but at least we're prepared if a rock decides to come knocking. That was a close one.
Plane skids while landing and almost winds up in Black Sea. A plane nearly wound up in the Black Sea after skidding during its landing at the weekend. Pegasus Airlines flight PC-8622 ran into problems while landing at Trabzon Airport on Turkey's northern Black Sea coast on Saturday evening. Several media indicate the runway was freezing or icy. The airline said the plane had a runway excursion incident during landing. According to Reuters, the Boeing 737-800 skidded and went down a slope beside the runway. The craft settled meters from the water. Pegasus Airlines said all of the passengers were uninjured following the incident. Passengers reported the smell of fuel following the landing, but there was reportedly no fires or explosions. Woman is almost sucked out of a plane window after engine explosion. A mid-flight engine explosion at 32,000 feet on Tuesday led to chaos over the skies of Philadelphia. According to the New York Times, Southwest Airlines Flight 1380 was en route to Dallas from New York when one of its 2 engines exploded mid-flight. The Boeing 737 aircraft was reportedly carrying 143 passengers and 5 crew at the time. It later emergency landed in Philadelphia. Shrapnel from the explosion shattered a plane window. The Chicago Tribune reports the sudden decompression in the cabin caused passenger Jennifer Reardon to be partially pulled through the window. Here's the window Reardon almost went through, and the wrecked engine after the plane landed. A passenger later told the New York Times Reardon was also hit by some shrapnel from the damaged plane engine. He explained passengers and crew dragged her back in, but she was unconscious when they did. Reardon later died despite attempts to revive her. According to the Dallas News, Reardon was 43 years old and Vice President of Community Relations at Wells Fargo. The Albuquerque woman was returning from a New York business trip. Meanwhile, fearing he'd never see his loved ones again, passenger Marty Martinez partially live-streamed events from inside the aircraft to Facebook. He also posted several videos and images from inside the plane. Southwest Airlines Chief Executive Gary Kelly sent the airline's condolences to Reardon's family and praised the actions of crew and responders in Philadelphia.
And on behalf of the entire Southwest family, I want to extend my deepest sympathies for the family and the loved ones of our deceased customer.
According to NBC Philadelphia, the National Transportation and Safety Board are investigating the incident as engine failure. That engine, reportedly a CFM56 turbofan, is a common component in many modern aircraft.
Phew! That was close. 21 lucky bus passengers in China got a real sinking feeling when a giant hole in the ground almost gobbled them up. The 10-foot wide and 10-foot deep sinkhole opened up on a bus lane in the southern city of Nanning last Friday, just moments after the vehicle passed over it. The narrow escape was captured on CCTV. As you can see from the video, the passengers get a bit of a bumpy ride just moments before the sinkhole appears. The driver of a second bus following behind then slams on the brakes to avoid the massive gaping hole in the road. Footage from aboard the first bus shows just how close its passengers came to being swallowed. Yep, we're gonna bet there were probably more than a few soiled undergarments on that bus. According to the cops, one of the city's subway lines runs under the road where the sinkhole was found. The bus lane was immediately closed for repairs so the authorities could investigate what happened. China is no stranger to sinkholes. There have been several reports of the giant craters appearing without warning at various locations around the country in recent years. Sinkholes commonly occur when rock below the land surface is naturally dissolved by circulating groundwater, causing the land surface to collapse suddenly.
Asteroid apocalypse? A massive space rock will fly past Earth in February, the largest that's planned to come close to the planet this year. Asteroid 2002 AJ129 is 1.1 kilometers wide, making it slightly longer than the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building. The asteroid is hurtling through space at a speed of more than 107,000 kilometers per hour, 15 times faster than the hypersonic X-15 aircraft. It is set to pass within 4.2 million kilometers from Earth on February 4, 2018, a distance NASA considers potentially dangerous despite a low chance of a direct hit. If an asteroid this size were to collide with Earth, studies suggest debris could cloud up the atmosphere, blocking the sun and causing temperature drops that could trigger a mini ice age. NASA is currently incapable of intercepting an asteroid beelining straight for Earth. That technology won't be ready until after 2024. Best keep your fingers crossed that no giant space rocks decide to come knocking till then.
Chinese toddler barely escapes getting crushed by a car. Yep, that's a baby falling out of a doorless tricycle taxi and almost getting run over by a car. Just another lazy Sunday in China. The shocking security camera video was recorded on April 23rd in Jieyang, southern China, and has since gone viral in China and beyond. The mother, baby, and a female relative were riding a tricycle thingy vehicle down the street when the driver pulled a gentle left turn. The child somehow fell from the vehicle, landing face down in the middle of a multi-lane road, with traffic bearing down. Inches from certain death, the driver of a silver sedan stops just in time, and the infant survives. But the child didn't come out of this completely unscathed. Look closely and you'll notice the child's left arm and head are stuck. The women in the trike taxi turn in horror as they realize what just happened. One wonders, was the mom even holding on to her child? China's People Daily reports that the poor kid was rushed to the nearest hospital and treated for various injuries, including to the kid's left arm. Thankfully, however, the injuries were not severe. Close call there, people. Maybe get some seatbelt thingies or something.
A close call indeed. A newly released video shows just how close an Air Canada flight got to other jets as it was making a landing at SFO back in July of 2017. In their surveillance video released by National Transportation Safety Board on Wednesday, Air Canada's Airbus A320 descended just 3 minutes before midnight on July 7th of last year. Although the plane was apparently cleared to land on runway 28L, it was actually lined up to land on a taxiway where several planes full of passengers were waiting to take off. The Airbus immediately pulled up before landing on the plane-packed taxiway. The Air Canada crew told the NTSB that something didn't look right on the runway as they prepared to land, so they opted to go around. The Associated Press reported that the FAA said in a report that 3 of the 5 close calls involving aircraft reported in the past 16 months at SFO were caused by pilots. The NTSB also revealed that a system designed to monitor ground traffic at SFO lost the inbound Air Canada aircraft for about 12 seconds. It came back onto the system when the plane overflew the first waiting plane on the taxiway.